Hello guys, and welcome back again to another episode 9 now. I think the episode was called When We Are in Need. Now, this part of the game, for me, it's probably the darkest part in this video game. It's pretty dark when you learn the intentions of the lead antagonist, sorry, not protagonist, that's good guy, antagonist, and he was played very superbly well by the actor. Obviously it introduces David. Now we're not going to go into David right now, we're going to go into James. James is the first guy we're going to talk about, played by Troy Baker. Now Troy Baker, if you don't know, is the voice behind Joel in the game. So when you hear James speaking in the show, it's kind of weird you actually hear Joel's voice from the game. He changes it a little bit, but it's still there ringing in your head, and yeah, it's a pretty good Easter egg. Also, I believe that Ellie's character, she is playing Ellie's mum in the next episode through some flashbacks. But anyway, back to the start of the episode. Now we know that Joel is still injured. Eddie is out looking for supplies. They're running low on food. They go out. It plays similar to the game. You see the rabbit. She looks up, sees the deer, takes the shot, and then obviously she tracks the deer through the blood. When she comes to this part in the game, she meets David and James, exactly the same. I think there might be one more character there, I'm not sure, but she bargains with them to give them the food, to give them medical supplies for Joel. Guys, vital mistake doing this if it was ever a reality. Straight away, as soon as you ask for medical supplies, they know that you've got someone else with you that's injured. Okay, so just bear that in mind if we're ever in an outbreak or cordyceps, you know, don't give people too much information away. Okay, it might end up with you and Eddie in this situation. So anyway, it turns out that Joel was attacked and stabbed by one of the people that was part of David's group. Now, I don't think this is confirmed in the game. I can't remember, but I'm not too sure. But anyway, David, this preacher, creep, fucking weirdo, goes back to the people and they start demanding that he sends people out looking for Joel and Ellie. The little girl, very creepy scene. If you watch watch episode first, then go back and watch it, you totally get what really is going on in David's mind with the girl when he starts calling in her. Basically, he's her father now. He's not talking about the man upstairs or that the fact it is a preacher. It's something far more darker. But then obviously that David goes back with a group of 5 tracking Joel. They find Eddie, they knock Eddie off the horse. It's the same in the game. They take Eddie back, they leave a couple behind to search for Joel. Joel does a little stealthy attack in this, which is very cool to the game. He just jumps out of nowhere and stabs the fucker in the neck. Pretty good, I like this. Yeah, but then obviously it goes into the interrogation technique. The interrogation technique is exactly the same in the game. It's an ingenious way of finding out where people is. Obviously Joel finds out where Eddie is, murders him, uses the post or the steel pole, beats the man to death. Guys, in this type world, you do not want to leave anyone behind. You need to be brutal to survive, and you have to make tough decisions. But this one, I don't think it was a tough decision for Joel. He's got to get Eddie back. He's now seeing her as the daughter. Obviously Ellie ends up with David, locked in a cage, and as the conversation goes on, you kind of realise that not only is David and the group cannibals, and they're not just killing people, waiting for people to die in the camp, they are going out and killing people and bringing them back. That's why Joel was stabbed. See, they tried to stab Joel and they would have killed Eddie as well, and they would have eaten them, but David is a far more darker, manipulative type character, and then you get through the reactions from what he's doing with Eddie in the cage. He's actually a paedophile, okay, and he actually wants Eddie, and this is why he brought her into the group to do whatever dark plans obviously he had for her. Now Eddie realizes this, and now she's starting to get anger and hate, and she hasn't really had this in the game or the show yet, but this is the first person that she really fucking despises. Okay, she escapes. In the show and in the game it plays out very similar. They end up in the bar the fire starts. David's got whatever is going on through his mind. David has got going on what he's got in his mind, and Ellie isn't having none of it. Obviously he puts up a fight. In the game you've got to like sneak around and not tread on the glass, because otherwise David will see you or hear you. But in the show it's quite a lot shorter. She basically attacks him. They fall on the floor. She sees the meat cleaver. She manages to reach it, and you see that rage and that anger that has been building up, and then finally she got a release. But what did Ellie lose? That part of innocence that was still in her is now gone. And when she comes out for the very first time, you hear Joel cuddle her, and he actually calls her baby girl. Now this is his reference to Sarah. Guys, this episode mainly concentrating on Bella Ramsey to see how well she could do this, get that anger that Ellie has in the second game, to see if she could pull it off, and she nailed it. 100%, she was great. Guys, this show is my favourite episode so far. I know I keep saying that, I keep scoring them, a few of them 10 out of 10. Guys, this show is without doubt a 10 out of 10. Bella Ramsey was absolutely phenomenal, and she's proven why she can play Ellie. And seriously, for this episode, I've read online people saying she should get an award. 100% she should. She was perfect. And obviously now we got the final part coming. Guys, the Fireflies is the next episode. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed what I've been doing each week with this series, and I look forward to doing the final re-review with you, and then I'll do a season overview of all the episodes, and then I will tell you which ones were the best and which ones were great. They've all been good, but which ones were great. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, notify here somewhere maybe, or maybe there, and I will see you next week. Have a great week, and goodbye.